This week's video requires padded underwear, and no, we're not doing drag.
On this day, we are headed to Ferris, Texas to participate in the Lancaster Country Ride. They moved the starting place, but kept the name. If you've been following this channel, you've noticed that I've been riding my bike a lot lately, and my gay audacity thought this would be a great idea, despite my personal bike being an e-bike, and the bike I'm using today isn't. I've done this ride several times. In 2017, I did the 62-mile course in a total time of 5 hours and 31 minutes. And in 2018, I attempted 62 again, but it was like crazy windy that year, and I had to phone a lifeline to pick me up. That year I did 45.92 miles in a total time of 5 hours and 1 minute. This bike belongs to my brother, who has a large Samsung phone, and I have an iPhone mini. So let's note that at faster speeds or bumps, I have to make sure it doesn't fall out. We'll come back to that. This trail is really fun, but as you can see here, it is like intermittent hills, and this is when it gets actually tough. And I'm used to Dallas, which is pretty flat.
If I hear one more snide Californian tell me Texas is flat, I'm gonna punch them.
Despite all the hills, it's a really scenic bike ride, and eventually you get to fields full of flowers, and the bike ride is held during bluebonnet season.
10 miles in, it's already been 45 minutes.
Shortly after taking a break at the Bluebonnets, we arrive at our first rest stop. They provide bananas, oranges, various crackers, cookies, and of course water and Gatorade, as well as pickle juice, which is good for preventing cramps, so I hear. I think pickles and pickle juice is disgusting, so I did not partake. I did, however, bring liquid IV with me to add to my water in between rest stops.
Like an hour and 31 minutes in, 16 miles done. Kind of tired. Definitely not doing 55 miles.
As I said earlier, this bike is my brother's, and my personal bike is an e-bike, and it auto shifts the gears for you. So me riding this bike once a year is just pretty much guesswork and me pushing buttons and hoping I can find the right gear that I need to be in.
So at some point my phone fell off the phone holder.
After I stopped for that drink of water, I noticed that Beyonce was no longer going through my headphones. And then I looked down to notice that my phone was gone. And I knew exactly like the area where it might be still. I had almost fallen back on this road.
Oh dear.
And I quickly recovered,
My phone.
and I didn't even notice that my phone fell off. But here I am retracing my tracks, and this took like 15-20 minutes extra of going backwards. And I tried to use the Find My feature on my Apple Watch to locate or to make sound on my phone, but it wouldn't connect.
Found it. And even like Find My on my watch didn't even work. Well, at least I didn't have to come back.
And then I was going fast again, trying to catch up the time I lost, and then it happened again.
That keeps happening.
From the first rest stop to the second, it was about 18 miles. In between, I was just super over it, especially because all my items kept falling. But at least everybody was really nice as I kept stopping for breaks, and they actually would check on me.
Oh no, I'm just tired. I'm resting.
And on another break, I made 2 new friends. My energy in between the first and second rest stops was super low, and it took me forever to get to this second rest stop. Nevertheless, I eventually made it to the little town of Palmer, and I ended up staying there for a really long time to rehydrate and consume some food.
Alright, now I'm at rest stop 2, and it's like 27 miles into it. I'm exhausted. And like it's 7 more miles until the next rest stop. Let's go.
So this next part, I didn't even know that I was recording this entire part, but I was kind of glad because I wanted to see if I could find out what this lady said. My bottle ended up falling, and it fell in her direction, and she muttered something mean because I was wearing headphones. I couldn't hear it, but I could tell the tone wasn't good. In editing, it was still incoherent what she was saying. Oh well.
So I'm 32.92 miles into this. I made it to the last rest stop. And I was so close to quitting at the last rest stop, but at this point it's only like 5 miles left, so let's go.
After that last rest stop, I was reinvigorated I had met some really nice people, and I was able to consume some bananas and oranges, so I was determined to finally, get this over with.
Oh yeah, all good. Thank you.
I was just stopped to change it to Bad Bunny. And then I finally made it back to the start.
All done. Now time for a shower and pizza. For reference, this is how windy it is.